on the beat, turn up.
Notorious podcast. I'm your host, Deshaun. Here co-hosting with me today is Mr. Matic in the building.
What up, though, my people?
Tell them what it do, man. How your weekend been?
Man, you know what I'm saying? It's been going smooth, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to stick to the script, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel it.
Trying to stick to the script, not trying to go off that motherfucker, man.
Not yet.
You know saying? Not too much ad-libbing.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? What's the deal?
I'm starting my guitar class. I started yesterday, you feel me? I'm trying to, not leave the piano behind, but, expand my musical ability a little bit.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get like Prince, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with 9 instruments, so, you know what I'm saying? However many instruments Prince could play, you know?
I think he played all, like, the main ones, like, yeah. Prince was a different animal, like, musically.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something we can all aspire to, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Job is never done. Work is never done.
Speaking of Prince, Prince is like not main competitor, but like they was musically beefing. Not musically beefing, but it was competitive rivalry. Him and Michael Jackson,
Oh yeah, of course. It was Prince or Michael Jackson. Prince versus Michael Jackson.
He was either Team Prince or Team Mike.
I ain't gonna lie, RP to both of them. I was MJ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was Team Mike. I'm Team Mike all day. But Michael Jackson, he got a biopic in the works. His nephew's actually going to be playing him in this biopic, which is like his. I'm not gonna call it an origin story, but like his origin story. You feel me? About talking about like the Jackson 5, all the stuff that went on with his dad and his brothers and all that.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Look at
nephew named Jafar.
Way better than Blanket, but
The return of Jafar.
No, we miss Michael Jackson in the hood, man.
Man, Mike, dog.
Michael.
2009. Wow, it's been 14, going on 14 years.
I was 9 years old.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a youngin', you feel me? I'm a 2000 baby.
Nigga, what you know about Michael Jackson?
I remember the time. All right.
Okay, yeah, that was good. That was smooth. Yeah, you're a smooth criminal.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm quick with it, speed demon. It's like, no, let me chill out. But breaking news actually. Right before we got on the podcast, I was made aware that 50 gigabytes of unreleased Michael Jackson music was just leaked online. Which is a lot of music actually. Like that's albums worth of music.
They still out of Quincy Jones' house? How did this happen?
I haven't had time to do the research. I pulled up this article, you feel me? 50 gigabytes of unreleased Michael Jackson music. Unreleased songs, demos have all been leaked after a laptop and hard drive belonging to Michael Jackson's engineer was stolen this past Friday. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's like, what can you do with it besides leak it? Because you're not supposed to have it. You can't legally release it.
Yeah.
Or did we just black out?
Yes, we did just black out. I don't know.
Okay, and we're back.
We're back.
And we're back magically.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, the podcast guys was trying to test it.
Oh, I know what had happened. My laptop lagged out.
Okay, but yeah, like 50 gigs of Michael Jackson's music unreleased.
Yeah, that is a lot of music. Like I'm looking forward to going through all of it, low key.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, they say it's one of the wildest music leaks in history, but it's like, I mean, what was the plans? I mean, was it just a diehard Michael Jackson fan that was just like, fuck it, let's just bring the music to the world? You know what I'm saying? You guys just, I mean, it's the biggest artist possibly of all time.
Yeah,
So,
there's never gonna be another Mike. I don't
Yeah.
think so. At least not in our lifetime. Like,
yeah, I don't think they will actually allow it. I feel like that was kind of like a not lightning in a bottle, but I guess you could say lightning in a bottle in the sense that just the way the music business was set up.
Yeah.
I think Thriller sold like 40 million copies.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I mean, like, I guess today with streaming, I guess you could say the sales could go on forever.
But it's different. Like,
Yeah, but
Michael Jackson stood on stage. He was like, and people was in the audience passing out because he moved his head. Like, man's was like, he was like singing on this like crane or whatever. This dude like climbed up the crane and he was like trying to like hug on Mike. Mike like grabbed him and he was still like singing, like holding on to the dude. It was. Nobody's ever gonna be like Mike in concert, in the booth. His music videos were crazy. His lyrics, his voice, like he didn't have any like real weaknesses outside of like.
I mean, you know, he's been in the game since he was 5-6 years old with the Jackson 5. You know, and he like the way they were trained, it was just bred for success in this business. And him being the baby, it was like he took all the lessons and stuff that, you know what I'm saying, he learned from everything that his older brothers and them had to go through. And shoot, I mean, like it was just the way he practiced. It was just skill perfection. You know, like I feel like he and Michael Jordan, they correlate in a lot of ways. Just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, one to prove their father, one to like gain the love and respect of their father. Because I know MJ said his father was really hard on him. Michael Jordan, the MJ, said his father was really hard on him, and that really pushed him. You know what I'm saying, just to get his father's love and respect, he wanted to be better than his brother. So it's like there's definitely a correlation between those two, and just, you know, just like practice makes perfect. And I know we was joking before the
about that interview.
Yeah, the AI talking about practice, and it's like I think Kobe talked about Shaq and was like, man, if he just practiced and dedicated himself, he would have been the greatest player of all time. So, you know, when you see somebody like Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson who had great skill set, they were already born with certain innate skills already. But, you know, when you actually work on that skill and you build on that skill, that's how you reach your actual maximum potential.
Exactly. And that's what like a legend really is somebody who already had a lot of natural talent.
Yeah.
It's somebody who took that natural talent, they went to the gym and they just freaking just grinded. Like they just pounded out weakness after weakness and they just became like so strong in their field, you know, to the point where it was nothing really they couldn't really do. Like, right. Yeah, like
I remember Jay-Z, no, it was Wayne. He said, I'm already good. I'm working on my left. And it was kind of, I was thinking about that with myself, kind of like, you know, I have certain natural gifts that I'm good at, but I felt like there was this other side that I was kind of weak at. So I would try to work on like my more technical aspects about learning things instead of like, you know, I've always been good at reading, comprehension, language, arts type things. Those things came natural. But, you know, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, being more scientific or more technical with certain aspects, that's kind of where I was lacking at. So that's kind of where I devoted a lot of my attention to. So it's like when people like, so when I started going, I always analogize, you know what I'm saying, stuff to sports and stuff because I grew up an athlete. So it's like when I'm working on my right, well, I'm already good naturally on my right, you know what I'm saying? So when people try to guard me, they know I'm gonna go right. So it's like when I decide to go left, I've been working on my left this whole time, you feel me? So my left is damn near it's actually become stronger than my right because my right is my natural. So I take it for granted. But this left, like these technical learning, like the specs on certain things and all that.
That you actually put in like you put in extra work
for that. So now I'm surgical with that bitch. So when you think you can stop me on my strong hand, man, my weak hand is damn near stronger than my strong hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how that just when you were talking about ponding out your weaknesses, you know, like when you grind them out, like just that practice makes perfect, man. By the time you look up, your weaknesses have been alleviated.
Exactly. Yeah. And I know last week, me and you were talking about like skateboarding a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. You know, like the concept of like skate and switch, which is like, you know, your opposite stance or whatever. Yeah. Or it's like equivalent to like learning to write with your right hand if you left-handed. I'm left-handed, so it's backwards for me. But like this one skater, he like broke his ankle, like straight up snapped, dislocated that joint, and it wasn't healing properly. But he still wanted to go out and skate, so he was going out and skating and like leading with his opposite foot. He ended up being better skating switch than he was regular by the time his ankle like finished healing or whatever. And it was just it's crazy like what the human body and mind can do when you take like a natural ability and you like force it to evolve into whatever like the next like level is for real. And that's where like greatness comes in any kind of field. Is like pushing your natural. If you already the best and you still pushing yourself, you gonna push yourself to a level that nobody gonna touch for years and years after you finish. Like,
yeah, I feel like that's like a gene almost. Like,
yeah, it's a drive you gotta have for it. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I'm rocking with that.
10,000%.
Yeah, shout out to MJ, man. Like, hopefully, like it's some type of resolution that comes with that.
Right, like at least like send some funds to his estate, like
yeah,
to his family.
No matter how we look at it, it's Steph. You know what I'm saying? You stealing people's music. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know people look at music like it's supposed to be free or something that, you know, you could people try to wrap it's a soundtrack to people's lives, you know. So people really like attached to it. But at the end of the day, like that's somebody else's property.
Right, that's how they eat. Like, that's where they get their bill money from, they food, all that, you know. But you know, like I feel like music means different things to different artists as well. You know, like you heard about Justin Bieber the other day. He recently sold the rights to his music for $200 million.
Okay, I believe somebody else did that too.
I pulled up the article. You feel me?
Oh, it was Zaytoven. Yeah, Zaytoven sold his catalog as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder, like, what was up with that? Like,
I mean, shoot, how I look at it, it's a cash out. It's the cash out.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, you might as well strike while the iron's hot, because I mean, it's a lot of groups that was probably hot like in the 90s and the early 2000s that, you know, so they were selling millions of records, but they tried to sell their catalog today. I mean, the way the times have changed and you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff be trendy, you feel me? So it's like after the trend is over, then what, you know?
Okay,
like,
I got that.
Like, I feel like it was a lot of pop groups, especially like in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were like, you know, they were like big during that time, but even like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15 years later, that music wasn't really viable anywhere, like not on commercials, not on, because it was just...
Because the market changed.
Yeah, the market changed, and they weren't like, I mean, there are certain, like somebody like Justin Timberlake, right, from a group like NSYNC. He transcended those different eras, right? But the group necessarily didn't. So it's like, I mean, the catalog is hella valuable, but I mean,
it's not gonna sell today like how it was.
How it would have back then, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta strike while the iron's hot.
That makes sense. No, I feel that. That's actually not the worst business move. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what do you know how to do? Can you capitalize on this catalog as much as, let's say, like this company? I mean, like they're offering you this money because, you know, basically they know what to do with this shit. They see the value in it. Obviously, you see the value in it too. That's why you want to sell it. But a lot of times, artists, they don't have the resources to actually capitalize on that said catalog. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's another thing you have to take into consideration too.
Yeah, no, I kind of feel that though. Like, at first I was kind of confused by it, but after you explain it in a new light, it does make sense to me. Like, cause it's like selling stocks almost, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you wait too long to sell a stock and the market starts plummeting, you just missed out on so much money. Like,
I mean, like, think of it like a bidding war for artists, right? Like, before the artist signs the deal, like, everybody's trying to sign you. Everybody's trying to get at you. But once they even get inkling that you might have, like, signed a contract with somebody, they all back up off you.
Yeah.
Now it's about, you know what I'm saying, can you live up to said deal? And there's been plenty of artists that had huge bidding wars. There was a lot of hype around, man. So many artists, so many rappers. It was supposed to be the next big thing, had bidding wars and millions of dollars thrown at them, but you know, after you sign that deal, then comes another test. Like as an unsigned artist, everybody's just, man, when I get that deal. But once you get that deal, now you're in the industry now. So now you're no longer special as far as on the outside looking in. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now once you're in that game, it's like, you know what I'm saying, how you can produce. You feel me?
Right, now you got something to prove.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So I mean, like I said, like those like you said, it's like a stock.
Yeah.
When the stock is no longer hot,
you gotta know when to sell it, when to hold on to it, like when to assess your assets.
And you gotta think about it. That's why artists do so much. That's what they do. What they do to stay hot in the industry, because they know that when they're no longer in those tabloids or on the front page of the websites, like the investment is actually going to drop down from the label. Once they see the people are no longer invested, the label is no longer invested.
Yeah.
And you could have had a hit album. Your first album could have been a hit, but like, how many artists never had that first hit album and didn't drop a second album?
And never, or they did drop a second album and it just did nowhere near the same amount of numbers. Like, it flops. There are so many one-hit wonders that's like that. They have like 1 or 2 good years and then.
And it always looks like it's never going to end though.
But like, when's the last time you heard about Designer? Panda?
Actually, the last time I heard about Designer was when I think RP, somebody had just got killed, and he said basically he was done with the rap shit. That was the last time I heard from Designer.
Man, Panda was the biggest song when he was first.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was Future. I thought that was a new Future.
We all did. I ain't gonna hold you.
I like, this is the Future, huh? You think talking about Panda? Future can say anything. I let it down. Future can say anything on the track, and that shit'll go. It was a nigga named Designer though.
Oh, what's his name, bro? Freaking
Rich Homie.
Nah, somebody else like is recently like falling off. I can't think of his name right now, bro.
I mean, I ain't trying to throw nobody under the bus, but let's just say like it's rappers that's been going through some difficult times. All right, let's say like somebody like DaBaby, right? Mm-hmm. Like a year or two ago, literally like the biggest rapper in the game.
Yeah, no, he was buzzing for real.
Like literally, like
he was.
Like if you would have told me crazy. A year and a half ago that DaBaby wouldn't be DaBaby,
you
know what I'm saying? Like this is like some real shit. Like he pissed off. He literally said something on the stage and pissed somebody. Like he pissed off like the wrong group of people. We all know who they are. He pissed off the wrong group of people.
They snatched his clout away.
And they snatched your glory, bro. Like literally went from being like the top selling artist. To you know what I'm saying? I think his next album sold like 16,000 copies, bro.
Which is because he was starting to mess with a lot of industry titans too. Like he was starting to feature with some big freaking.
He was having it his way. I was looking at one video, like this nigga, he was swinging on the chandelier. He was having it his way.
Yeah, he was living it up, and then he said the wrong thing.
And then it's like they just try to make your life a living hell. Now like, I don't know if they can make your life a living hell. Nigga, Richard, he good forever, but it's like.
You know, like his dream, like
it's like they can kind of like shorten your run type shit.
Yeah, they pull that plug on.
Yeah, they put a plug on the nigga real
quickness. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, you know, you just gotta like, I don't know, you just gotta like watch what you say when you get to a certain level in the industry of like fame and like clout. Like somebody like Kanye, for instance. Like Kanye was the biggest, like baddest dude out for like at least 2 decades. And he started saying the wrong stuff, and he started losing it all. And now I haven't even heard about Kanye in like 2-3 weeks. Like,
I have a question though, cause like since you represent the younger generation, like here's the thing though.
Yeah.
In my generation, a lot of the rappers who were out actually before I was born, let's say. They were no longer like the titans of rap. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, but like I feel like for the newer generation, even like somebody like yourself who was born like in the 2000s, like the people who was like damn near out before, like people like Jay-Z, people like Diddy, they're still the titans of the game. You feel me? So like, how do you view them as a younger person in the generation, looking at them as the older, or even people like Wayne? Kanye was producing for Mace back in the day.
Yeah,
so you know it's like so the rap game has really changed because the idea, like I think Jay-Z is like in his 50s, like Kanye is approaching 50. A lot of rappers who have gotten older,
they're starting to get up there.
They're starting to get up there, but they're still holding way more relevant. I don't know what the fuck I just said. Relevance than the artists from those previous generations. So it's just interesting to see how you look at those artists.
Well, I guess like really for me personally, it depends on like who exactly we talking about. You know, like somebody like Jay-Z. From what I know, I have mad respect for what he did for you know, hip hop and like the whole industry back in the early 2000s and like late 90s and all that. But he's somebody who like I respect his legacy.
Yeah.
But somebody who I don't really know a lot about. Like I don't know any Jay-Z songs word for word.
Right.
But you know, somebody like Lil Wayne, or like Eminem, like I mess with both of them like heavily in most of their eras. Like it just depends on like person to person, you know.
Okay.
Compared to somebody like Wiz Khalifa, he's kind of getting like old to our generation, and you know, like he has like 2 or 3 songs that I know of personally, but there's not a lot of people in my generation who'll be like, oh yeah, throw on some Wiz Khalifa. Like it's not really like a thing for real. But if he were to like feature with somebody like Drake today, and the song was like a good song, like everybody would probably be like, yeah, throw on that new Wiz. Like we know his name, but like.
And that's crazy because Drake, I would say commercially, mainstream wise, Drake came out before Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, but Drake, like
he's Drake.
Yeah, Drake.
He's Drake.
Drake was able to like stay on top of trends long enough to like kind of transcend his original era.
Yeah,
and that's like the difference.
Point.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
Because Kendrick is getting old too, low key.
Yeah,
like and J. Cole getting old too, but they both have been able to stay on top of like if J. Cole dropped freaking Friday Night Lights in 2019, that John probably would have flopped, but he didn't. He dropped KOD and
right.
You know, shot back up to the not even back up, but he just like was able to stay on the top calendar. You know, not everybody can go triple platinum with no features, but it's just like it varies from person to person how we look at the older generation. You know.
All right. So who do you look at as the top dogs like right now for your generation?
For this upcoming generation?
Yeah.
See, like, I think I'm like a hip hop purist kind of, so I don't really mess with like a lot of the people who are buzzing today, like Yeet, if you know who that is.
Yeah, I be hearing that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know his name, but I don't know any Yeet song or like Lil Darky. Like that's not a racial slur. That's his name. Like he makes good music. I just don't really like, you know a ton about them. That's really like the people a little bit younger than me. Like I'll say like 17 and like 17 to like 14. You know, teenagers. You know, and you know I'm about to turn 23 in 2 months. So like, you know, I'm kind of getting out of that youngest generation pool right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually got people like considerably younger than me now.
All right, so, I mean, for the younger generation, for me, I always Charlamagne was pointed out. I like Kodak. I feel like
Kodak is cool.
I feel like Kodak is cool.
Kodak cool.
Little Baby is cool. I rock with Little Baby. I'm trying to think of some more. Like you say, you more of a purist. I can't really.
And that's the thing is like, there's not a lot of like people like nowadays. I'm going like to the past a lot more. Like I've been getting into like Royce the 5'9" a lot. You know.
It's not a lot of MCs. Not a lot of young MCs.
It's not a lot of rap. Like it's a lot of hip hop. It's not a lot of rap. You know, like it's weird for people like me because you know I'm a rapper. You know, it says I'm not a rapper on my hat, but that's cap. But you know, like it's hard for people like me who look at like lyrics above a lot of other stuff to like find good music. Like there's good music out there, obviously. Like but there's a lot more like emphasis on what I like in the underground scene, and I've made my peace with like knowing that a lot of like the people I listen to probably aren't gonna have like #1 Billboard 3 months running.
Oh yeah, like it's dope. It's dope that you pointed out Royce because Royce actually during the time was my favorite rapper.
Royce is amazing.
Like I don't know how deep you got into his catalog. I'm talking about the early catalog as far as
like
Destroy, not Death is Certain. He has an album called Death is Certain. He was kind of like depressed during it's kind of a depressing album, but you know, like I said, I was a young teenager during the time, so it was like my whatever phase you're going through listening to music, but like the Rock City. The Destroy and Rebuild mixtape. When I bought it, I bought those 3 CDs at the same time. It came with like a autographed Death is Certain poster. I still have it.
Man,
but Royce is like absolutely one of my favorite MCs, one of the best MCs.
Yeah.
And
I just wish like I wish that like Slaughterhouse didn't break up as early as they did, because I feel like if they stayed together longer, hip hop would have been a whole different thing today. Like,
It's too many alpha males on the MC side. Everybody, they all have rights to say that, you know, like you talking about people like somebody like Joel Ortiz, Royce, Crooked Eye, Joe Budden. They all in their own mind probably feel like I'm the nicest nigga in this group.
Because they all were nice though.
You feel like that's like one of the nicest groups of all time. So, so like, yeah, like that was going to be like in retrospect, that was going to be a difficult group to try to move forward because, like I said, it's too much ego. Like it was too much.
It was a lot of talented people who knew they were talented.
Yeah,
like they all knew like I could be the next GOAT, because they all had GOAT potential, definitely.
And they all had their own like fan base, sort of. And and it's kind of like, you know, everybody's in your ear telling you that you're the best, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. Like,
Yeah, nah. You know, like speaking of like, you know, Slaughterhouse, you know, King Crook. Speaking of the word crook, you know, crooked police are a thing, unfortunately.
Damn, it was a hell of a segue. He said the King Crooks. Oh shit!
I do my thing. You feel me? But speaking of crooked police, we spoke briefly before the stream about the 5 police officers in Memphis who unfortunately took the life of a African American male.
Tyree Nichols.
You know, it's crazy how fast like these 5 policemen were
apprehended and charged.
Yeah,
like
it didn't take months.
No Blue Lives Matter protests or
it didn't take hashtags. You know, it was the simple fact that they did what they did. Like,
and I mean, like, I'll say that. Yeah, like there have been a lot of I believe they referenced, like, I don't want to get it wrong, the Laquan McDonald situation. I think it took like a year and a half. I think they had juxtaposed this to that, where it said like it was almost possibly a year and a half. Forgive me if I got the name wrong or the case wrong, but this is some swift justice. But as I said, like, you know what I'm saying, when you saw the video, there's no denying what we saw was a miscarriage of justice, and the way they was carrying themselves was 100% out of line. And really, like, the streets been talking. Like, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but the streets have been talking. Like, there's a lot of reason to believe. Now, I haven't got it. We can't confirm it. We can't say this is definite, so this is just speculation. But they're basically talking like this was premeditated. Like, like it's been words, it's been allegations that
of taking Tyree's life specifically.
Allegedly, one of the officers, I believe, had an ex-wife or a baby mother that they say worked at FedEx, and I guess Tyree worked at FedEx himself. So
they was probably
it was possibly a relationship. And here's another thing they're alleging, that during the beating, I saw several videos of it, but I didn't actually didn't see this part where they said that the said officer in question actually pulled out a camera phone and took a picture or a video of him and sent it to the woman. That hasn't been confirmed, but like you know, the streets of Memphis been talking, bro.
Yeah, no, that is.
And, you know, people have been going on. It's been memes. It's memes out on social media.
Of course, because
the
internet.
Yeah, the internet is basically that's what the internet been hollering.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, man. So it's like it's a black eye for like it's a black eye for black men and how we relate to one another. It's a black eye for the city of Memphis because there's so much shit been going on in Memphis, dog. Like, you know,
Memphis is one of those cities, though. You know, it's almost always.
It's always been like that. So like they don't need nothing more on top of that. You feel me?
Man.
So
that is a crazy story. Like,
it's so layered because it's like
there's a whole conspiracy there. Like,
and you gotta think about it. Like, and I was just, you know what I'm saying to myself flat out, if like somebody just stop you and pull you out your car like in the middle of the street, damn, it's like you see some lights flashing, but you in the back of your mind, it's like, are these the police? Right. Are these the police? Like, y'all not handling me like no police.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about some I'll blow you, like, dog, you hear what they were saying to him? Like, I'll blow your ass off, nigga, get the fuck up out this car. Like, I'll break your shit if you don't. Like, it was really like talking some street shit to him, bro. So it's like at some point it's like, dude just ran, like the fuck.
Yeah, because like, who wouldn't run? Like they obviously,
it's human nature.
Yeah, they obviously were out for blood. That
Yeah.
is horrendously unfortunate.
And like he was saying like, yo, y'all doing a little much, man. Like the fuck, like y'all ain't even like. It's like
for some cops or just people like specifically, that's wild. Like, man,
yeah,
there's a lot of like. I believe every human is capable of good and evil, but there's a lot of people who unfortunately choose to carry out evil acts
or just use their power for the wrong reason.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's all types of like corruption and just unfortunate situations like day in and day out. Like I don't know if you heard about the latest development with R. Kelly, but apparently he's got to get the charges dropped again, and he's about to go off free again.
He's about to get out of jail?
Yeah, they dropping the case.
Wow.
Allegedly, the news broke from this, I believe sometime last night. Like, again, it's just, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Because I know he had charges in Chicago and New York.
Yeah, I believe it's the Chicago that's dropping the.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was like that. Yeah. He still got the shit from New York though. I know New York ain't dropping shit.
Yeah, hopefully, because I'm not gonna say nothing more than what I said, but R. Kelly, you know what you did. Like, that's all I gotta say about that. You know what you did.
Yeah, I ain't gonna speak on that, dude.
Yeah. Let's get something a little bit more lighthearted in. You feel me?
Okay, let's do it.
When's the last time you played hide and seek?
I think I know where you're going with this. I wasn't as good as the person that you about to name in this story. Man, I had to be elementary school.
Elementary, yeah, a little kid, you know. This 15-year-old kid by the name of Fahim was playing hide and seek with his friends, and they were at the shipping company. Mans ended up locking himself inside of a shipping container, waking up a week later in a different country. How does that? I don't know how he survived. Like, he had to be running out of air or something. Like, that is a wild story. To be like, yeah, I was playing hide and seek, woke up in Venezuela, you know, like,
man.
What's your next move? Like, where do you go from there? Who do you call?
Ghostbusters, man. I have no idea.
Tony Stark, come fly me home. Like,
yeah, like I don't even know. Like, how do you even begin the conversation and what to say?
That's what I'm saying. Like, mom, man, I messed up.
Like, what do you say to the people who like, yeah, look, man, I was playing hide and go seek.
Right, you know, the people who discovered him.
You too old to play hide and go seek. Well, how old is he?
15. He 15.
Okay, who discovered him?
Let me see. Alright, so he's originally from Bangladesh. He fell asleep inside the container. I got an ad. When authorities found him, he was sick and starving in incredibly poor condition. I'm gonna throw it on the screen, actually. So he was playing here, but it's not saying where he. Oh, he went to Malaysia.
That is crazy.
Man, that is a wild story. Like, 3,700 kilometers away from home. How many miles is that?
I don't know. I ain't too good on the conversion metrics, but shit, he had a hell of a story. They could make that into a movie.
No, yeah, that's some like Life of Pi stuff.
They can make that into a movie.
Let's see how many miles that is. About 2,300 miles away from home.
Damn.
That is a long way to go. But
They click his heels, go back to Kansas.
I'm saying, but you know what's even farther away from him going home?
What?
An even further distance is space. You know, I don't know if you heard about Jeff Bezos, but apparently Jeff Bezos wants to send his wife and a few of her friends to space in the first all-female crew.
He trying to get them out of there, dog.
Going on a expedition, you feel me? It's set to they're set to launch next year, I believe. But yeah,
He has a dubious grin on his face.
no, that face like
That's some Dr. Evil shit going on, nigga.
Professor X. I mean Magneto type stuff.
Man.
Yeah. I wonder what what that conversation was like. Whose idea it was?
I
Like,
want to send you to space.
imagine her be like, "Baby, you say you love me, right? Send me to space.
I need some space."
You're getting all the space you can get,
I'll
right?
give you all the space you can get.
No, that's crazy. Imagine if she was like trying to break up with him. Like, I just need some space. He's like, I'll get you space. I'll get you space. Like,
SpaceX.
no, there's a lot going on in space right now though. This asteroid that's worth 70,000 times the amount of money that's on Earth currently is set to like pass by the Earth pretty soon. And they're like sending a ship to go like mine it.
Damn.
Yeah, they're going to mine resources from an asteroid, like a Futurama episode. Like,
Right, they're trying to catch a moving asteroid.
yeah, they're apparently the plan is to land on the asteroid, you know, collect some rocks or whatever, and bring it back.
Well, how
to
fast
Earth.
is it supposed to be moving?
Let me see. Oh, it's set to get there in 2029, which is 6 years away somehow.
Yeah, so they got that shit down. Like, nigga, by the time that shit come, we gonna be ready. So, like, what are they trying to mine from it?
It should be in the
Some secret technology.
They calculated the iron.
The iron.
As much as
some
10
Iron Man shit.
$10 quintillion worth of
10
iron.
quintillion.
That is an insane figure. That is an insane figure. 10 quintillion.
And why is there poverty?
Man,
A 20-figure sum.
that is crazy. So yeah, it's 70,000 times more money than we have on Earth currently. That is an insane amount of money for some iron, man. But yeah, the probe is set to reach the asteroid sometime in 2029, in 6 years. It's crazy stuff like this is happening, like in our lifetime. I think, you know, like it's not an idea or proof of concept. It's something they actually like figuring out. It's crazy. Like,
I mean, shit. Look at what we shooting. We shooting on iPhones and touch
yeah,
screens and all this shit. I mean,
that's true. Anybody from around the world could be clicking onto this stream. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the thought of this, I don't know, 30 years ago. I don't know. It seemed like a.
No, it's on the other day, right? I was like downstairs at my house or whatever. My mom called me and my phone was upstairs. I was talking to her on my watch, walking around my house.
Right.
And that's not some Star Trek like random like.
Yeah.
I'm over here walking around like this, having a full blown conversation with my mom. Like,
Some Jetsons shit.
dog.
Some shit out the Jetsons, but they knew it was coming.
They knew it was coming.
They probably already had it. They was just like,
Yeah, like
They not ready.
They ain't ready for that.
you're
yet.
not ready
Hold
for
on,
this
hold on.
shit. We got
Give them the baby technology we had
Man.
20 years ago.
for real.
But no, these computers are getting wild. This AI bot, right? It passed the medical exam and a law exam the other day, so it's certified to conduct surgery.
Oh yeah, the Chat GPT. I've been trying to fuck with that shit, trying to get that money.
Man, I'll have to look into their stock if they open market. Like,
Yeah, that shit done blew up.
Man.
You saying it took a medical exam and a law and passed both of them.
And passed both of them, which is insane. Like, it's a computer. I'm afraid of artificial intelligence, low key.
Man, burst machine.
Yeah, I'm afraid of freaking AIs a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you. There's not a lot of things on Earth that like scare me, but man, cause like it never goes right in the movies. Like, it don't matter what kind of rules they set or boundaries they try to have. Like, the robots always figure out a way around it. Like, I don't know why they even like. It's crazy to me.
like you said, that shit is scary, dog.
It's scary because like, how do you stop it? Like, it's cold. It can upload itself to the internet and just
right. And it's like it's not going to destroy itself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and they working day in and day out to create this thing. I'm like, y'all terrified me.
Right. You know, it's some sick, evil motherfucker that's like, yes, this will destroy the world.
Yeah, somebody, he probably hoping for it too. Man. Yeah, we getting closer to Black Mirror every day.
You know what? I wish I should have watched that movie because I haven't watched that movie.
Which one?
Like the Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah, the Netflix drawing. Yeah.
Okay. Like, so it's a show, not a movie.
Yeah, it's an anthology series, which is like, it's like every episode is a self-contained story, and they all have like different it's like different technologies. Like, it was one, they had this VR headset, but like everything in the VR was actually real. Mm-hmm. So they was like playing a like war game or whatever. They was like shooting at each other, but they was like actually dying in like real life.
Damn.
Yeah, Black Mirror is crazy. Yeah. They actually are coming up with like more and more Black Mirror-esque technology every day. Like, there's a chip that was recently developed that it's a brain implant that's gonna allow people to browse through social media with their mind. With their mind, like. You over here liking memes with your mind.
Well, I'm saying, like, your mind could go anywhere at any moment. So it's like you can go to some scary shit.
Yeah.
Just based off what you're thinking, like, you could think anything at any moment. So who's to say that? You know, at least with the internet, you know what I'm saying, the physical 3D world, it's more of it's a modicum of, you know what I'm saying, restraint, and you have to type, you know what I'm saying, like you have to type certain shit.
You gotta like tediously go through it. Mind, you could just.
Your mind is just.
I'm there. Like.
Wow, that's crazy.
Nah, imagine having intrusive thoughts. Like,
yeah, like how do you even like
distinguish between what you like?
And how do you even set up that format?
Yeah.
And like you say, it's a chip in my brain. So how is the chip manipulating my brain? The chip now has control of my brain. What if the chip do some shit like, nigga, don't take me out? I mean, like, how does that even work? Can you take this chip out? Like,
yeah, I got the article pulled up right now.
It's an implant.
Yup. Thinner than a human hair. But allowed you to browse social media with your mind.
And that shit ain't that deep, dog. Social media ain't that deep.
Apparently it is. Like, the chip is designed for paralyzed or mute patients to be able to communicate without use of their limbs. But it can also allow healthy people to use social media with the power of their mind alone. And again, it's the old dude. Oh no, it's not Elon Musk. It's a competitor to Elon Musk. But I'm not scrolling down because I'm afraid of these advertisements right here. We just going, you feel me? But I'm going to keep reading though. Gaining some more inspiration. Okay. A strip of flexible, thin film that looks like Scotch tape. It's 1/5 the width of a human hair. This is crazy. So surgeons are gonna make a thin slit inside of the skull, and then slide in the chip like a letter inside of a box.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I mean, shit, I really don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. It's like all you can do is say, "This here, it's the new." Imagine what it's gonna look like in 10 years, bro.
Man, like, probably be a pair of glasses you put on, like.
You gonna have some real X-ray glasses or some real
or some contacts. You wake up just.
Or it might be on some Dragon Ball Z shit, like it'll like just tell you everything you need to know about a motherfucker.
Right, just get the scouter.
Yeah, get a scouter and shit. Just it'll tell you everything you need to know. His power level.
Bro has a credit score of 13.
Oh yeah, they got
13?
that shit too. They got the credit score, the social credit app where I think on your phone or your watch you can see what a motherfucker credit score gonna be.
No, imagine you try to lie to a girl about your height. You're like, you ain't 6 feet.
Right, nigga, you are.
You
5'10" and 3/4.
Yeah, if you don't get your short.
Man.
Yeah, no. Technology is a wonderfully scary thing. I'm saying, like, looking at 3 screens right now with a freaking smartwatch on.
Right. It's like, nigga, it's so crazy because it's like we can't live without it now. It's like we can't go backwards now.
It's so intertwined in our daily lives.
It's so crazy. If you watch a movie from, I don't know, just look at people like in footage from like 20, 30 years ago. They didn't even have phones. Nobody's pulling out their phone like that. Like, it's like those were real people. they were real people back then. Now we are these androids. We are walking, talking androids.
Well, you like, cause I remember like life before smartphones a little bit, cause you know, I was like a kid before iPad kids were a thing. That's what's weird about people born in the 2000, like the year like 2000 like 2003, is we remember the world before technology a little bit compared to like these younger kids. Like,
I mean, I guess it's a gradual thing, cause I remember like for us technology was damn AOL.
Yeah, yo.
like the dial up, like,
yeah,
like
like
oh my god, that was technology. And back then you had like an hour worth of internet time for you go to bed type shit.
Yeah, by the time the internet come on, it's ready to shut it down.
right when the internet come on for this shit get shut down. So it's like, yeah, it was definitely a time, the land before time, a land before time for real.
Were you old enough for Y2K?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We thought the world was gonna come to an end. We thought this shit was over.
Bro.
We thought this shit was over. Well, actually, like, I would say, like, the older generation, they thought it was over. Like, they was trying to, like, buy canned food and stock up and all that shit.
Man. No, I was watching, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I was like, even though it's not a conspiracy theory, I was just, like, watching all the, like, Y2K predictions from the 90s and 80s, and, like, I was just laughing.
I remember 2012 was supposed to be the.
I remember that one vividly.
The Mayan calendar and shit.
Yeah, I remember that one vividly. And then they tried to flip it and be like, no, it's actually 2021. And you know, COVID, and like, I probably shouldn't say the C word. That's tough. You know, the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic.
Yeah, censorship. We love it.
So makes America great.
Is it? But yeah, nah. But I gotta start heading to class pretty soon. So you got any more topics you want to bring up for this podcast?
Nah, not right now. You know, I feel like we covered a great deal of stuff. Yeah, we got in depth. You know what I'm saying, on a couple of things, rather.
Yeah. It was a pretty good show this week, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, all right then. You know, we got Matic signing off.
We out of here. Notorious
D Hawk, Deshaun, we in the building. We gonna call that a podcast.